Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, Senator Dr. Ahmed Lawal, distinguished senators of the Federal Republic and honorable members of the House of Representatives here present, Your Excellencies, the executive governors here present, other members of judicial arms of government, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, the Chief of Staff to the President, Ambassador Gambari, the Chief of Staff, General Leke Irabo, the Chief of Naval Staff, the Chief of Air Staff, former service chiefs here present, the Inspector General of Police, and other paramilitary agencies here present, the principal staff officers from the Defense and Service Headquarters, Your Excellencies, members of Diplomatic Corps, the captains of industries, royal fathers, the President, Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, Mrs. Victoria Erabo, the National President, Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association, Mrs. Fatih Atahiru, and other national presidents of the sister service associations here present, the spouses of and family or members of the deceased senior officers, senior non-commissioned officers, and the airmen, senior officers, both serving and retired, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Commander-in-Chief, I wish to extend his great displeasure or the sadness of today's solemn event. I read his message. Today is indeed a sad and trying period for the members of the armed forces and our dear country. A period that witnessed the deaths of 11 brave, dedicated, and committed officers and men of the armed forces of Nigeria in an ill-fated air crash on 21st May 2020 in Kaduna. Indeed, these were absolute gentlemen and were one of the most respected and disciplined officers of men who sacrificed their lives in the service of our dear nation that will never be forgotten. These fine gentlemen had a glorious career in the armed forces, in the course of which they served the nation gallantly in several capacities. The late Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru was an icon of professionalism, bravery, and discipline, and he aptly demonstrated this attribute throughout his national and international military assignment, which culminated to being the Chief of Army Staff today. The late Chief of Army Staff inspired courage and confidence in the Nigerian Army, which informed the successes recorded during his watch. He led the Nigerian Army from the front and was a source of inspiration worthy of emulation by all officers and men of the armed forces of Nigeria. He will always be remembered for his dedication, commitment as a military officer, and his numerous landmark contribution to the Nigerian unity, peace, and security. He will be indeed missed, especially in the trying times of our nationhood. Brigadier General O.L. Olayenka was the Provost Marshal of the Nigerian Army. Brigadier General Abdurrahman Kulia was the Chief of Military Intelligence, and Brigadier General M.I. Abdul Qadir is the Chief of Staff to the late Chief of Army Staff. These were among the finest senior officers in the Nigerian Army. These gentlemen were committed to the duties professionally and contributed immensely to the successes achieved by the armed forces in recent time. They will surely be missed. Major L.A. Hayat and Hamza, as well as Flight Lieutenants T.O. Asanyi and A.A. Olufade, were among the most promising officers in the armed forces. They were focused, courageous, and devoted to the discharge of their responsibilities. Sergeant Umar Adeshina, an aircraftman, and aircraftman Ayedepo were equally dedicated soldiers who were committed to the service of our fatherland. Their contributions and sacrifices to the nationhood cannot be forgotten and will continue to linger in the hearts and the arch in the history books of Nigeria. This irreparable loss is indeed a tragedy to our dear nation. Our dear country has no doubt lost the true rare gems of officers and men. We must therefore do all that we can to honor them even in death by upholding the virtues which they firmly demonstrated during the course of their career. They were widely known for their uncommon loyalty to this country, a virtue which Nigeria demands from all of us at this critical period of nationhood. On this note, I wish to express my heartfelt condolences to all the bereaved families, the federal government, and the good people of Nigeria for this loss. I pray for the repose of the departed, as well as peace and comfort for you and your loved ones at this difficult time. We love them all. We love them dearly, but God Almighty loves them most. May their gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. Thank you.
Amen.